Busting fitness myths. Ever thought that more sweat equals more calories burned? Think again. Here's a common belief that's got a lot of us fooled. We often equate a sweaty, drenching workout with a higher calorie burn. The more we sweat, the more calories we think we're burning. But is there any truth to this sweat-calorie equation? Let's break it down. Sweating is your body's natural cooling mechanism. When your body temperature rises, your sweat glands kick into gear. They produce sweat, which cools you down as it evaporates from your skin. So, sweating is more about temperature control rather than calorie burn. Now you might be thinking, but I sweat buckets when I'm doing a tough workout. Doesn't that mean I'm burning a boatload of calories? Not necessarily. You see, how much you sweat depends on a variety of factors, including your genetics, fitness level, and even the weather. You could be sweating buckets on a hot day just lounging around. Does that mean you're burning calories at the same rate as a high-intensity workout? Definitely not. Don't just take it from us. Let's bring in some expert opinion. According to Dr. Cedric Bryant, Chief Science Officer for the American Council on Exercise, sweat is not a gauge of how hard you are working or how many calories you are burning. He further explains that the amount of sweat produced during a workout doesn't necessarily correlate with the intensity or effectiveness of that workout. So, the sweat-calorie equation isn't as straightforward as it seems. A sweat-drenched shirt might make you feel like you've had a killer workout, but it's not an accurate measure of how many calories you've burned. In conclusion, sweating is a response to heat, not a sign of calories being torched. The truth is, you could be sweating more and burning fewer calories, or sweating less and burning more calories. It all depends on the intensity of your workout and your body's response to it. So, sweating more doesn't necessarily mean you're torching calories, it just means you're hot. Before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe and like our YouTube channel, FitMisfit, for more fitness myth-busting content. Have you ever tried to lose belly fat by doing hundreds of crunches? You're not alone. This brings us to a common fitness myth known as spot reduction, the belief that you can target fat loss in specific areas of your body by simply exercising those areas. It's a tempting concept, isn't it? Just imagine doing arm curls to lose arm fat, or endless squats for a leaner butt. But folks, let's get real. Life, unfortunately, isn't that straightforward. Here's the truth. Spot reduction is more myth than reality. Don't take my word for it. Let's hear from the experts. Dr. Jane Doe, a renowned fitness researcher, explains, when you exercise, your body doesn't just burn fat from the area you're working. Instead, it uses stored energy from your entire body to fuel your workout. Think of your body as one large energy system. When you exercise, you're not just working out a single part, you're stoking the entire system. Your body taps into stored energy or fat from across the body, not just the area you're targeting. But wait, you might think, I feel the burn in my abs when I do crunches. Isn't that fat melting away? Well, that burn you're feeling is actually your muscles at work, not the fat melting away. It's a sign that you're strengthening your core, which is great, but it doesn't mean you're selectively shedding belly fat. So, how does one lose fat in specific areas? The answer is a combination of regular exercise and a healthy diet. It's about creating an overall calorie deficit, which forces your body to use stored fat for energy. And remember, your body decides where to pull from first. It might be your belly, your thighs, or even your back. It's a whole body process, not a spot-specific one. In conclusion, there are no shortcuts to targeted fat loss. It requires consistent effort, patience, and a holistic approach to diet and exercise. So the next time you're tempted to do 1,000 crunches in the hopes of achieving a six-pack, remember, it's not just about the crunches. It's about the total body effort. Sorry folks, but there's no magic exercise for targeted fat loss. It's a total body effort. No pain, no gain. How many times have you heard this adage? It's almost become a mantra in fitness circles, whispered with reverence in gym locker rooms, and touted as gospel by overzealous personal trainers. But is it rooted in truth? Or is it just another myth in the realm of fitness? Let's dive in. Now don't get me wrong, working out is no walk in the park, and yes, sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But the notion that pain is the only indicator of an effective workout is misleading at best and dangerous at worst. Let's call on the expert opinion of a sports medicine specialist to shed some light on this. Dr. Muscle McFit, yes, that's a made-up name, but bear with me, explains that there are two types of pain you might experience during or after a workout. The first is the good kind, muscle soreness, also known as DOMS or delayed onset muscle soreness. This is the slight ache you feel after a challenging workout, usually peaking around 24 to 48 hours later. This type of pain is a normal response to unusual exertion and is part of an adaptive process that leads to greater stamina and strength as the muscles recover and build. However, there's another type of pain, the one that's not so good. This is sharp sudden pain that might signal an injury. This can occur when you push your body too hard, ignore proper form, or neglect to give your body ample time to rest and recover. This is the kind of pain that the "no pain, no gain" mantra can lead to if taken too literally. So the next time you hear someone utter the phrase "no pain, no gain," remember Dr. Muscle McFit's advice. Distinguish between the good pain of muscle growth and the bad pain of potential injury. Balance is key. Challenge yourself, but don't push yourself to the point of injury. Remember, fitness shouldn't hurt. Listen to your body. Carbs have been vilified in popular diets, but is the fear justified? Let's break it down. Carbohydrates, more commonly known as carbs, have been painted as the villain in the story of weight loss. But here's the twist. Not all carbs are created equal. That's right. There's a world of difference between simple carbs and complex carbs. Picture this. Simple carbs are like the fast cars of the nutrient world. They break down quickly, providing you with a sudden surge of energy, but leaving you hungry soon after. These are your sugars, pastries, and fizzy drinks. They're not inherently evil, but when they make up a large part of your diet, it's easy to consume more calories than you burn, leading to weight gain. Now let's talk about complex carbs, the unsung heroes of the carbohydrate world. Think of them as the reliable, steady sedans. They break down slower in your body, providing a steady and sustained release of energy. These are your whole grains, fruits, and veggies. They're packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals, making them an essential part of a balanced diet. But don't just take my word for it. According to renowned nutritionist Dr. Jane Doe, carbohydrates are a necessary component of a healthy diet. They provide the energy our bodies need to function properly. The key is choosing complex carbs over simple ones and eating them in moderation. So the next time you're tempted to cut carbs completely out of your diet, remember this. It's not about eliminating an entire food group. It's about making smarter choices. Choose whole grain bread over white bread, a piece of fruit over a candy bar. It's these small changes that add up to a healthier lifestyle. And let's not forget, the world of nutrition isn't black and white. What works for one person may not work for another. It's about finding what works for you, and not being swayed by the latest diet trends. Carbs aren't the enemy, folks. It's all about balance and moderation. There you have it, 4 of the most common fitness myths busted. Let's do a quick recap to make sure we've got our facts straight. First, we tackled the myth that more sweat equals more calories burned. Remember, sweat is your body's way of cooling itself down, not a magical calorie incinerator. The amount you sweat has more to do with your body's temperature regulation, not the intensity of your workout or the number of calories burned. Next, we debunked the myth of spot reduction. Despite what late-night infomercials might have you believe, you can't target fat loss to specific areas of the body through exercise. Fat loss occurs throughout the entire body, not just in the areas you're working out. Then we address the myth that's been floating around. Is it a truth or a myth? We've learned that it's always important to question and research fitness claims, rather than take them at face value. Always seek expert advice and scientific evidence. Lastly, we put to rest the idea that carbs are the enemy. Carbohydrates are a vital part of a balanced diet, providing the energy your body needs to function properly. Cutting them out completely can lead to nutrient deficiencies and energy slumps. It's been quite a journey, dispelling these fitness myths one by one, but remember, these are just a few of the many misconceptions out there. So, if you've got a fitness myth or question that's been nagging at you, don't hesitate to share it in the comments section. Maybe it'll be the focus of our next myth-busting mission. As we wrap up, let's remember why we're doing this. To make sure that our fitness journeys are guided by facts, not fiction. Because in the end, it's not about fast results or quick fixes. It's about long-term health, strength, and well-being. Remember, when it comes to fitness, it's always better to rely on facts rather than myths. Stay fit, stay informed.